You know, if you were an opponent taking on Derek Islanders in the early 80s, you're saying to yourself, oh, well, what are we going to do? They got Dennis Potvin, you got Dave Langevin, you got all these great players. Jean Potvin for a while, great defense. And this guy comes along. He comes in like Stefan Persson from Sweden, and he basically drives the NHL players nuts. When he came over, a lot of people thought he was going to play defense because he played defense every once in a while overseas. But they put him in his natural position at right wing, and boys did he fill the net. Now, Kallur Anders Kallur first came to Major Providence. Ludvika was his home community, playing for Modo Hockey and Solarjage SK before moving to Djursgardin IF in '78. He was the best player of that league in '79, and he was eventually signed by the Islanders in 1979, and for some reason he put him in the minors for a couple of games, but then the call-up was permanent. Now, Kallur was also part of the first NHL team, 1980, to win a Stanley Cup with Europeans on its roster. Now, he played with the Islanders during the entire 4 Stanley Cup wins from 80 to 83. Now, together with fellow Swede Stefan Persson, which was comparable to Stastny signings with Quebec, was the first European player to win the Stanley Cup. Now, Kallur has done a lot of scouting throughout the years, mostly in Europe for the New York Rangers. Now, Kallur is also the father of great Swedish athletes Jenny Martin and Susanna Kallur. Now, again, that first season with the Islanders, 52 points in 76 games. His big career year was 81 with 64 points in 38 games. See, what happened, he was mostly a playmaker, but in 83 he really opened out with 15 points in 20 games. He was basically a partly defensive and sometimes offensive player that would play some really consistent games on the road. But because of injuries and limited playing time, he could have easily scored 20 goals a season, but his last 4 seasons in the league, he was barely getting over 55 games a season. Last campaign with the Islanders in 85, he had 18 points in 51 games and 2 goals in the playoffs. So playing with the Islanders those 5 straight years that they made the finals, it was quite a thrill for him because being a European stalwart for a lot of people. But his season in Modo in 1975 also needs to be talked about because he had a goal a game pace with AIK that year with 46 points, including, like I said, 30 counters. So very tremendous season. Now, the Sweden totals, 60 points in 58 games. SAL totals, 108 points in 133 games. And, of course, he played 81 Canada Cup, where he scored 3 goals in 5 games. So, Anders Kallur, the biggest problem with him, and I remember 1981, not Danny Galvin, but Dan Gelly said, it's hard enough you can't stop Bossy and Trotche and Gillies and Merrick. He said, this guy comes along and drives you nuts. 40 goals that season, combined playoffs and a regular season. It's like, when is his next shoe going to drop? Because 81 there, they had a hard goal with Minnesota that year. Because Minnesota was a very, very competitive team. So thanks for listening. And just as a reminder, too, that 79 Golden Puck Award, the next guy who won it was Matt Slasson. So he paved the road for Matt Slasson to come to the NHL, in my opinion. Anyway, thanks for listening. Bye.